This wasn't clickbait. I swear I want to talk about how in his soul, Gohan is a fighter who enjoys dominating on the battlefield. I know, he's a nerdy type, who was often shown with a book in his hands and glasses on his face, and never lived up to his potential, and has a significant lack of aura, unlike his master. Everybody on the internet seems to describe him as the embodiment of wasted potential. But I'm telling you, my dog over there has that dog in him, and I will convince you, ladies and gentlemen. Well, mostly gentlemen, and 4.4% ladies. Tell the other weeaboo women that I'm not sexist and building a non-sexist community over here. Speaking of community, people of all genders should join my Discord community, link in the description. So, let's look at Gohan's introduction to martial arts.
Gohan!
I'm hungry and cold.
Well, if that isn't the foundation to develop a love of martial arts, I don't know what is. No, but seriously, yes, Gohan spent most of his time scared during the Saiyan saga, but there were flare-ups of his dog. Admittedly, he isn't very Saiyan, and didn't show anything in him that indicates that he feels a thrill in battle. But he has other reasons to fight. He has heroic and protective character qualities. For example, after Piccolo died, Gohan crashed out and wanted to kill Nappa to avenge his master's death. I don't know what you call that, but that looks like a fighter to me. Gohan might just be unfortunate for being constantly compared to Goku and Vegeta. He may not fight for the sake of fighting, but he is a fighter. Or would you not describe Naruto, who fights for his village, dreams and friends, as a fighter? He still prefers to talk no jutsu it out, but he is a fighter. How about Asta? Is Asta not a fighter with similar reasons like Naruto? All three of these people are fighters, but primarily have something to prove or protect that would never let them do something like giving Cell a senzu or showing mercy to Frieza. Well, Asta might be more eager to squabble, not gonna lie. Gohan is just being compared to the wrong people, even in his verse. How about Piccolo, Krillin and Tenshinhan? Aren't they also fighters in their souls, even though they don't think about squabbling 24/7 like these Saiyans? Yes, from the beginning we saw that in their hearts they were all martial artists. But after the Saiyan saga, how were they much different from Gohan? They fight for their friends. And Gohan learned how to fight for his friends and his family. Also, don't get me wrong, because of my example earlier about Piccolo's death. Gohan isn't all revenge. At this point of the video, I feel like most of y'all will think that he fights to protect. And it makes sense, because in the same saga, after Goku showed up and started dominating Nappa and running off with Vegeta, did Gohan just leave? Did he say daddy's here, let's go read and not worry about it? No, when he felt Vegeta transforming, he flew towards Goku, when Vegeta was still hesitating. It is very probable that Gohan fights to protect and save the lives he cares about, which already makes him very much a fighter in a shonen anime. But I think we can take it further, if you dare to bear with me. After Vegeta left, it was very Gohan at this point of the story to want to go to Namek. And Namek might not be the best saga for Gohan's fighter status, since it was mostly hiding and trying to snatch Dragon Balls. And then there was also the situation. By the way, after that scene, could anyone be mad at Gohan if he didn't want to become a fighter and only hide in his room surrounded by cushions and books? Bro was 5 years old with a broken neck on an alien planet. You can see it in his face. What am I doing with my life? But that very same day, after the trend bean, Gohan showed us what kind of dog he had in him. It's a fearless chihuahua, and he never ducked the fate after this saga. And it was revealed to us earlier than y'all think. The time after Namek won't make much of a difference in the discussion about how much of a fighter Gohan really is. We have already made it clear that he fights to protect, which is very much an explanation for the way he was moving in the beginning of the Android saga. But then it happened. When he stepped out of the time chamber, we all saw that boy was very much a warrior, just like his father, walking like him, eating like him, standing like him. His time in the chamber definitely changed him, or brought forward what he already was. I lean more towards the second. In the time chamber, Gohan was far from the crybaby fate ducker who only fought when he had to. He wasn't anything like he was previously portrayed as. Fighting was now very much part of his nature. I can see how many people don't see much of a difference in attitude after Gohan's training in the 3-year time skip and the time chamber. But there is. Dare I say it, in the time skip he was still influenced by Chi-Chi and others. First of all, there will be no Chi-Chi slander in this video. It is very normal for a mother to not want her 5 to 8-year-old to fight monsters. But in the time chamber his only influence was Goku, and it showed. There Gohan gave up all his restraints and went all out. He was sparring and training every chance he got. Nobody pushed him to do that. And bro pushed. Oh, what is that? Is that a real Saiyan? And don't forget, Gohan didn't think for a second that he would be the one to fight Cell. Only Goku did. Gohan went into the chamber to make Goku stronger. But also because he must have said to himself, this battle shit is pretty neat, my nerdy ass like. And then he stepped out of the chamber and everybody knew. Gohan was a big dog now, and way more than some little chihuahua responding to anger. But it wasn't all Goku. Some parts he got from Piccolo and also showed it later. Nice aura farm there, just like his dad who stepped up. And then days later, he was fighting Cell. And before and after transforming, he loved it. He loved the fight. Especially after transforming. He loved exchanging punches with the oversized bug. Oh, here it is again. Joy from the thrill of battle in his eyes? Yes, in the Cell fight, Gohan didn't just fight like he had to. He fought like he wanted to. And after Cell was defeated, Dyalla would claim that my boy fell off, that he lost his fire. But I would disagree. I believe that the dog was always there, in slumber, waiting for the opportunity to get out. Gohan is very much the type of person to do what he has to do. Most of the time. Don't forget that he is the reason why his dad died. If he didn't toy with Cell, Goku wouldn't have died. But hey, my boy was enjoying a battle over here. So in that 7-year time skip there were no warriors needed. So Gohan wasn't warrioring. But tell me, in Babidi ship, when they were deciding who would get to fight, was Gohan standing there in the corner saying, nah, I'm good, I have an e-book on me? No, he was right there playing rock, paper, scissors with his father and the trophy husband, lusting for battle. The embers of his dog weren't weak at all. They were just a contained, controlled fire, waiting for its opportunity. By the way, he also gets too much shit for not one-shotting the Bura. Bro was Cell level, and you want to criticize him for not dominating? Times were peaceful, so he acted the way a peaceful teen does, who had responsibilities after his daddy dipped. And days later, after the ritual, didn't we see a very familiar facial expression on Ultimate Gohan? Yes, so I believe it is clear that Gohan is a fighter who fights to protect. And he may not love fighting his equals or stronger people than him, but he very much likes dominating, which is very Saiyan-like. More Saiyan-like than his father ever was. Goku is low-key disrespectful when he's stronger, but Gohan loves domination. Gohan is a warrior with a different approach to fighting, that's all. A warrior who enjoys dominating, but not pushing his limits with stronger fighters in life or death situations. Like Piccolo in Classics, Frieza, or most of the Saiyans. Links in description, check stream, join Discord, subscribe, make me rich, famous and rich. Bye.